Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Sneaker Stories. As always, I'm your host Chris Jack. Today checking out the latest Adidas Yeezy Boost 380 from, of course, Kanye West. Without further ado, let's check out his take on the Covellite colorway. Alright, so the Yeezy Boost 380, definitely not the most popular silhouette when it comes to Adidas and Kanye West Yeezy line. For a reason I don't quite understand myself. I mean, I can see a whole bunch of different places where this would make things a little bit unpopular. The first thing is just the crazy colorways that have come out on the 380. I mean, things like the blue oats and whatever, they're all these fashion faux pas with color mix-ups. And then there's also the silhouette, maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but all around the shoe is incredibly comfortable. And when you do get colorways like the Covellite, in my opinion, they are actually pretty awesome. Now, as you guys have seen, there's been a hell of a lot of different Yeezy releases this month for the month of March. I mean, I think we're going to be calling like the month of March these days just Yeezy month, because I think there's something like 10 or 12 different releases, from 450s, from 700 V2s, 700 V1s, 350s, Quantums. You get the point. And of course, 380s. Now, this particular colorway, as mentioned, caught my attention purely just from being a little bit more neutral when compared to something like the blue oat. We're also going into autumn winter period now here in South Africa, so the colors kind of make sense for this pair. I do find the 380s incredibly comfortable on foot. I think there's something like 60% more boost in the 380 than there is in the Yeezy 350 V2, which I think most of you will know right now is an insanely comfortable shoe. The changes that they made to this are purely from a structural point of view. You'll see in the midsole over here, you do have a raised section in the heel. So this is supposed to be a little bit more like ergonomic, I think, or anatomic, one of those things, when you're basically walking in the shoe. And it really is just an incredibly comfortable pair, with the inclusion of primers, of course, in the upper. But to get into the review itself, starting with the outsole over here, you've got a dark sort of gum or brown outsole with the traction pattern on, with the Adidas Performance logo printed or debossed here rather in the heel section of it. And then you've got the exposed Boost windows over here, just showing that Boost midsole insert there with the Boost branding and slight little window variations towards the top here as well. Flipping into the midsole of the shoe, this is a very, very nice coloration. It uses a translucent gum coloring here with the midsole, and you can actually see this lighter section towards the bottom, which is basically the Boost just peeking through, and where it gets darker towards the top is just the underlayer of the primer material that are used in the upper of this construction. And when it comes to the upper of the shoe, the Covellite draws its colorway inspiration directly from a rare copper sulphite mineral called Covellite, of course, and that basically has a whole bunch of different hues of indigo, blues, grays, and pinks that all come together to create a pretty awesome look on foot. Every angle you look at the shoe in hand, you do see different tones or different hues of these pinks and indigos and navies and all of that, and that's all brought together with these solid black laces and a lot more black sort of layered in and around the top section, and especially around the heel collar of the shoe. Now, provided with the shoe from a lacing perspective are these new-ish, I guess now, these pull laces, which just have a rubberized pull stop over here. So you can pull that up to strengthen these, or tighten these rather, on your foot. This is a complete design flaw in my opinion. This thing just does not work for me. Like it just flaps around here at the top, and when you're walking, it's like ding, ding, ding. So that's not really a good vibe. I don't know why they did that. But if you don't like that, like me, they also provide you with a set of completely normal laces in the same color as well, with rubberized aglets on. So all you have to do is just put a pair of scissors through these. Obviously, you'll get rid of them for good after you cut them, but you can use the standard laces here if you prefer that, and if you prefer having sort of the lace loops on top, which in my opinion is just a better look on the shoe. Now, further to the upper construction here, you also have this sort of tear line down the side of it. At least it's supposed to look like a tear line. You do have these little inlets, or vents rather, which are done in this kind of monofilament plasticky kind of finish. That's basically just going to show through to whatever sock color you're wearing, so you have got an opportunity to add another color there depending on the color of your socks if you're into something like that. Just to look inside of the shoe, obviously this is a sock-like construction, suction, so it's really going to hug your ankle or your entire foot for that matter. But inside you do have a gray coloring padded section in the heel, so it's really going to grip your heel and your Achilles section. And then just to pull the insole out for you, the same coloring runs through that as well, with the Yeezy and Adidas Performance logos in the heel. Now from a sizing perspective, on the Yeezy 380, it's always been my suggestion to take a half size up from your true to size. So I do have a UK 9.5 here. I do fit into the UK 9, but as with all other Yeezys that I've tried, you will have that pressure in the toe section over here. If you do have a wide foot, you also want to definitely take a half size up in these. But I guess overall, it really does come down to the price point for me. 4,499 Rand here, or maybe $250 for you in the States, is quite a lot of money for the Yeezy 380. I think if this came in about 1,000 Rand cheaper at 3,499, I would definitely have more of them in my personal collection, because ultimately this is just a very easy shoe to slip on. It's super comfortable, given not always the greatest colorways on them, but when you do get something a little bit more neutral, I don't really see much reason not to get the shoe if you are into them. Now, if you do want to get a pair of these, they are pretty much in stock most places that they're stocked, and that's the world over. I'm on a lot of groups with a bunch of international guys that are just as keen on Adidas as I am personally, and all of them have said that these things are still pretty much sitting most places. But if you are wanting to get a pair of these, or maybe you're still on the fence, then definitely don't sit around too long. As we have seen with previous Yeezy releases, they will eventually just remove them from all stockists and then maybe we'll see them again in some time. But from a resale perspective, obviously, due to them being still in stock in most places, there's not going to be much resale on this pair. So maybe you'll even pick them up for less than retail eventually, but you never really know which way things are going with Yeezy. But yeah, in my opinion, if you are into the 380, then this is a good one to go for, purely from a colorway perspective. But that is it for this review of the Yeezy 380 Covellite colorway. I hope you guys have enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe right here for more content, unboxings and reviews like this down the line. But that is all for today, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.